to the professionals.
Blessed by Gandhi, blah, blah, blah.
Started off with a bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
Surfing on the web and I'm shooting at 3. I've been golden when I got my G. I'm an alien boy from a different planet, yeah. So I got my drink, I'm riding in the 1920s Model T Ford. Call her Era Lord. Call me Levi, playing on the keys, boy. And I'm about to put my gloves on. If I said it, then I meant that. Yeah, I like that one, I'm about to get that. Crash that whip for the drumsticks, whiplash. I'm about to get them all. Are you with that? In a white boat, surrounded by blue. I want one, but I got a cop too. I wanna fly high in the sky, arms out wide, trying to soar from a bird's eye view. I'm on fire, Ricky, Bobby, cracking the pavement, Whitney, Bobby. I'm a Saki bomb, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Bruce Wayne been a dog, and I keep it 101, cause I'm feeling kinda spotty. You sipping on some rock, and I'm sipping on octane. The only thing around my neck is the
Started off with a
blockchain.
bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
NFT, Twitter, blockchain. Seeing with the ghosts and we ballin' like the Brown James. Crypto. We can make a trade, get the memo. Reviews not falling for the FOMO. Listening to Coffee with Captain. You know we worldwide, they loco. I ain't never gonna stop rapping. Orlando, yeah, we working magic. We rocking Ethereum entities. I just went and caught me a half base. Man, I gotta shout out
Started
the
off with a
board.
bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
Freaking the mood to choose one, but they got knowledge to move, son. I'm shocking in shades with my brother in shoes. Yeah, them blues is coming. Even though it's hard to pick, eeny, mighty, mo, soda on the mix, no biting lips, it's time to go. Index number 1, no thumbs up, you gotta scroll. Looking at the ghost in studio, it's time to go. Had a helmet on by myself until I met a mask that wanted to have a face off. Had to bring my chainsaw, full tank of gas in the ride with my brakes off. I'm A1, but a different kind of steak sauce.
Welcome to Coffee with Captain, powered by ApeCoin, where we dive into all things crypto, NFTs, Web3, and cutting-edge technology. Remember, nothing here is financial advice. Early-stage tech can be exceptionally volatile and risky. So grab your coffee and join Cap and Steve for today's conversation.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to Coffee with Captain. Cap, you getting set up? Cap, for people who aren't aware, you got to hit live on your abstract, by the way. For people who aren't aware, Cap arrived at his destination that he is going live from about, 6 minutes ago. So here we are working on getting everything live. I know people are asking about abstract, but we are here and we made it, which is a miracle to begin with.
You probably got no audio for me for a second, I'm guessing, right?
I got you now.
Oh, you do. I have something is not plugged in, so I don't know actually how it's working, but this typically gets plugged in. Oh, you know what? I bet this is just, I guess it's just the phone connection. So I'm good. We're going Bluetooth. So we're good without that. Although I don't know if you can see this here. I'm like, I told you if Murphy's Law this morning, if it could go wrong, it did. My MacBook up late drafting fantasy draft last night. It didn't, and I did not charge my MacBook. So scrambling, attempting to find a plug. I found one behind this couch I pulled out, but to make it work, it's like here. I'm like, my mic is pointing this way. So I'm just going to hand you the show for a little bit. I need to do some rearranging just because I'm short on cables and cords and no extension cable. So I need like another, maybe like, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes to move this stuff around. I'll be right back.
Yeah, right on. Welcome to Coffee with Captain. Just a reminder, nothing here is ever financial advice. Markets are exceptionally risky. Meme coins, NFTs, crypto can go up and down volatilely. This is never any financial advice on this show. Thanks for tuning in this morning. I probably don't have my stuff together there as well. I should probably get that one memorized. But no, I'm look, as Cap gets set up, I mean, we're going place to place. Cap is getting set up at his new locale. Oh, Mike coming in.
Just hold the mic. Just hold it like this. Does this work?
Yeah. Just the classic. People actually hold like the mic and stand a lot of time. The Zoomers in their podcast, which is
there we go. I'm just gonna rip it off and just do that. That's what I should have done today. Is just did the Zoomer play.
Sit like cross-legged on a couch. Do the Zoomer play. Just kind of give it the tight hold there. But yeah, man. No, it's honestly like. Good little day in the market. I mean, you picked at least I think everybody can be forgiving on a green day like today. Especially with the markets running up. Solana in particular outpacing the market for those who missed it. But do us a favor as we get warmed up, give us a like, a retweet, a comment on the room. Cap is getting situated in his location. Also,
in my defense, I wasn't planning on doing this. I did hit. Well, I'm not going to give the whole long story, but I did on my way. So I checked in here last night. It's fine. Nice little, I'm actually going to probably duplicate this and do a similar Airbnb rental. Like they did a good job with it, but I wasn't here this morning. I hit crazy morning traffic. I never like drive in the morning other than I just go to the gym basically and back, and I hit crazy traffic. I did give myself plenty of time to do all this, but Steve can attest. I texted him at like, I don't know, quarter till. I'm like, I'm going to be coming in hot. ETA is like 7:54. Then it became 7:56. Then it became 7:58. And that's like ETA to the address. I still had to find street parking and come in and get all this stuff set up. I think we're good though. I think, sorry for messing with the mic. I know that's probably coming through crankly, but are we good? I can just leave things as is. If it's coming through, if we got audio and video, I can deal with the rest later.
Yeah. Yep. I got you on the space, got you on here.
Sorry for the glare. I don't know. I'll have to figure something out about that later.
No, and I'm dragging a little this morning. I realized why now. I did the midnight draft. We ended up going at about 11:45 for Spoiled Banana Society and the jackpot draft. Again, give us a like, a retweet, a comment to the room. We actually are going to send that secret code out at some point here in the near future. And we got
also couch looks familiar. I've seen people share memes or something. That's the only way I know, but couch looks very eerily familiar.
Not familiar, Cap. Don't know. But yeah, man, for me, like it's I'm definitely a little tired this morning. So for those who we'll get warmed up again, like, retweet, comment to the room. We got 108 to give away today, so we'll give it away to one loyal listener who's out there. We also have a badge to fire off courtesy of our friends over at ApeChain and other page. You'll love to see it. They're minting on ApeChain. Their NFTs doing well. Got some full set collectors. I think we tapped top 150 again yesterday, which I like to see.
Love to see that.
Yeah, my so Spoiled Banana Society, for people who don't know, they have all these different mechanisms that are pretty fun. So they have this like this randomized slot machine wheel that goes on every time you enter a draft, and they've done like 1,100 drafts so far in that league. There have been. I think Riz Bryan it has 900 of them. No, I kid, but there are some people with a lot of them. 1,100 are in that. I got the jackpot slot in one of them, meaning I get to go into a draft that the winner goes directly into the final. So that means is there's a regular season through 14 weeks. Then there's 3 weeks of playoffs.
I have one favor. Can you rant on this for like 3 or 4 minutes?
Yeah, I'm ranting. I got it.
I could really use a coffee. So I'm going to go do that while you, they get a Keurig, so I'm set. But if I can just hand you, I'm going to disappear. I'll be right back.
Yeah, fired up. So I'll share that. If I go long, I'll share my meme coin experience from yesterday as well, or non-experience, which is good. But basically, got into this jackpot draft, and they DM me and they're like, yeah, we do them at night just to make sure it works and blah, blah, blah. And it's a new company, right? It's like there's their 3rd year in existence. They're, working on scaling. Well, they do their jackpot draft at 9 p.m. Pacific time, which I initially read as 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'm like, yeah, that's no problem. Nope, 9 p.m. Pacific time. So that is midnight my time. So went to the draft last night, debated selling the draft because, again, for those who do failing, so imagine there are 1,000 plus people in this pool, and they're all in leagues of like 10 people each, and then a certain amount advance. The winners, the top, I believe, 2 advance to like week 14, 15, 16 for the playoffs, and then week 17 is the finals, and that's where you have the chance to make the real money. Well, a small percentage, I think like 1% or something like that, I can't remember what the number is, enter this jackpot phase, meaning they get an auto entry into the finals. You get into those finals, you have a chance at some big money. So I debated selling it, but I decided to go for it. Went ahead and drafted last night at midnight, and they need to draft because the way their software works, like they can't do a private room yet. They're working on sort of upgrading, going things, but they're a startup. They're figuring it out. Just, the Wagners, we had them on recently, building a great product there. So they wait till the room's empty and we all jump in. Jumped into the jackpot draft and ended up drafting a team that I was pretty happy about. I actually got some good tips from a couple people. So I drafted a team. I got the first overall pick, which is good. But shout out to NFT Believer, who I think a lot of people know, Bored Apes with the sailor hat in that league, gave me this tip, was like, hey, if you're drafting a jackpot league, try to draft the best team, but find teams with really soft week 17 matchups, at least on paper, because then if you win that league and you advance to the finals, you are sitting on a team that has a good chance of scoring pretty high, or at least maybe I potentially sell this team, and don't roll the dice and sell this team for for some ETH, and people are getting involved there, wanting to get involved in the finals. So ended up drafting Cincinnati, Tampa Bay, New England, and Miami QBs, and then stacked them. So I have Cincinnati's QB, Cincinnati's wide receiver, Miami's QB, Miami's wide receiver, Tampa Bay's QB, Tampa Bay's wide receiver 2, New England's QB, New England's wide receiver. All soft week 17 matchups on paper. So the goal here, and again, the nice part about this is it's crypto, it's an NFT. And it's an area where crypto helps things, where 1, I could have sold and traded my draft last night. I didn't. But 2, I now have this card that is going to be worth more money because it automatically could advance the finals. Like, there could be an offer. Someone could look at this card and say, I'm offering you half an ETH for this card. I'm offering you 2 ETH for this card, whatever that number is. If I do look like I'm going to win this league, there's a chance that somebody's going to offer me a whole lot more, because that top prize is, like, at least at the moment, I believe they have about $125,000, $130,000 in prizes, and the top prize is $40,000. If someone thinks this draft has a chance of winning the whole thing, which I actually feel really good about this one. I feel good about, again, I got a lot of stacks, and for people who don't know fantasy football, that's a QB and wide receiver combo. On one of them, I have the whole offense. I have Miami QB, Miami running back, Miami receiver. Look, Miami's a boom or bust team this year. I'm not a huge believer in them, but if they go well, which they have, they've got an offensive-minded head coach. They've got good players on offense. Their quarterback needs to get healthy. If they do well this year and they become an unexpected winner, it's like I'm sitting on a gold mine. So really good stuff. And I love the fact that, again, unlike a lot of fantasy teams where it's like boom or bust, roll the dice, you have the hedge option. It's sort of the prediction market option, where it's easier to sell your predictions if you were right to begin with. You have the opportunity to sort of like sell your exposure later on. I have the opportunity to sell this draft later on if people so decide, hey, I would like to, buy your draft. And we've seen the drafts in the past go for 1 ETH, 2 ETH plus. So I don't know, excited to potentially see if I'm see if I'm able to sell this draft down the line, or see if I'm able to run with this thing, but was glad to do it. Was glad I finally went jackpot on it. So that was good. I think another thing top of mind with me that I will throw out there while Cap coffee's up. Last night, almost FOMO'd into something that I should not have FOMO'd into. So I just put this tweet out this morning. So last night there was a creator coin that went live, and it was the talk of the timeline. Everyone was way excited about it. I'm sharing it on the screen. I'm sharing a chart. I didn't put the ticker on it or anything like that. But basically, there's a meme coin that went live. My group chat started lighting up. The timeline started lighting up. I saw people talking about the timeline. I almost aped in. I was sitting there. I was thinking about putting a little money at it. And I go in the war room. I'm talking about it. I'm talking it through. And I decide not to ape in. I decide, you know what? Not my game. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to wake up. This thing's going to be 10x from now. I'm going to be pissed at myself and I missed money again. But I didn't do it. It's not my game. That yellow arrow, if you're looking at it, which is damn near top blasting, was about where I saw this meme coin. Didn't get in on it. Down only since. Now, it's not to say it won't recover, won't do well.
Didn't go to zero.
Didn't go to zero. Didn't go to zero.
Look at this. I even got a proper background.
Look at that. Fancy. You're such an NFT guy. But I would have lost, I think, a third of my money, I think, or something like that. I can't remember exactly where it was. But yeah, basically a third of my money if I went in on it. And it was just this reminder that it's like.
Which one?
I didn't say the name, but I'll just put it out there. Don't buy it if you're out there, or not financial advice. But it was Mitch when Mitch went live, Creator Coin.
I heard about that last night.
And I saw ICO tweeting about it. I saw other people tweeting about it. I saw.
If it dies, the Creator Coin meta is short-lived. It's over. Like if any Creator Coin is going to run, it'd be him. As far as the trenches go, he's the, for all intents and purposes, created the Solana trenches.
Well, it ran. I saw some people tweeting about it when it was about 20 million. Didn't get into it. Ran to 30 million. Didn't get into it. I was like, it's run from 20 to 30 even at this time. And now I think it's back down around 20 million, I want to say. And it was just a good lesson to be like, look, maybe this thing's going to run. Maybe it's going to, maybe this is a bad play by me. But ultimately, like, I just need to do what's best for me, which is like, I saw it on the timeline. And a lot of times when you see something on the timeline, it is way too late. And so
it's bundled too, right? Like 80% bundled.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I made a decision. Again, it's at 20 million now. So again, I would have aped in around 30 million on the market cap. And so I'd be down a third of my money on something that I didn't want to hold. Probably be cutting a loss right now. And Solana's not $30 anymore. So it's not exactly a a small loss. By the way, when you get a chance on the space, throw me on stage. So yeah, so overall, glad I didn't make the move. So no meme coin moves there is the right move, and I continue to watch my LPs print some fees, climbing up the leaderboard on Project X and claiming those Meteora points.
I also saw there was a kook fake scam launch. Like he claimed it was a scam or got hacked, but others are saying it's just him pretending to get hacked. Did you see this one?
I missed this.
Yeah, probably a good thing. Yeah, I'm obviously a little behind here, catching up, and but those were the two I saw. I saw Mitch and Kook, and I have seen also in the first 12 hours of the new payout from Pump.fun. They've paid out over 7 figures. It's been like $1.2 million in the first 12 hours paid to creators. So.
It's funny.
You saw Garga's tweet yesterday, right? You shared that.
Garga's tweet, yeah, basically, yeah.
That was in reference to these changes, I believe. He quote tweeted the Pump.fun post.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Do you want to share that? How do you want to?
Yeah, if you got it, go ahead. If not, I can pull it up. I was still doing a few things behind the scenes here, trying to get situated, but got my coffee. I actually also, while I was getting coffee made, I got Duke his breakfast. Guy's a trooper. And yeah, we're good. I got 11 o'clock. I just jam-packed my morning, so it is going to be. I may go in sweaty and stinky and all bloodied up. Like moving, I forget how much I hate moving until I actually go through the process of moving. And yeah, so I said to her, it looks like a familiar couch. Anyways, I'm like, I got the black eye. My hands, like, this hurts to like make a fist. You can't see, like no picture would do it justice. At least I don't think you can see, but I am like dinged the F up. I've got scrapes and like my hands are just like raw from carrying and lifting shit. A lot of this I just did solo. Like I moved in entire freaking sectional yesterday all by myself. Thankfully it comes in sections, but still this thing is like several hundred pounds. And needless to say, like every time I go through a door frame, I scrape some knuckles. And yeah, I'm just, body's aching. I don't complain about being sore or aching or like old man bullshit, but I need like some, I don't know what I should do. Like, I feel like for some reason the thought popped in my head last night. How, like, I almost said, is this gay? Is this metrosexual, Steve? Like, I feel like I need an Epsom salt bath. Is that a thing?
No, that's like totally normal. That's actually like a very normal thing to do. Yeah, you should chill out. You should go get yourself in a float tank.
That's actually what I should do. I'm in also like staying in a bougie area. I'm sure there's a salt float tank here somewhere close.
Yeah,
If
dude.
anyone's in St. Pete, hit me up. I need to tap into the Cigar City Apes, which encompasses all of the Tampa Clearwater market, and I can't remember who. Maybe Ape Whale. One of them has like a bar in this area I've not yet been to, but anyways, yeah, if anyone's in St. Pete, let me know.
Yeah, you should float tank it, and just remember to relax, chill out in there, and lay down on the just lay down and let it take you. But I would say go to a nice float tank, and it's good for the muscles, it's good for the soul. I'm gonna do another one, probably not this week because this week is crazy between today, tomorrow. Again, I'm out. What's that?
You liked it. I don't think we discussed. I know you did it. I don't think we discussed afterwards. You liked it.
Let's hit it on.
We'll do again.
Let's do this. Let's finish cold open. Add me to stage, by the way, on the space. And
oh shit, my bad.
No, it's all good. Like, retweet, comment on the space. We'll give the secret code out here in a little bit for those troopers who got here on time, especially.
That's what you distracted me, MMFer. I was trying to I was getting all my stuff done, and then now you distracted me to go like, oh shit, I gotta go do this claim. Sorry, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, go claim. Cap's gotta get the claim. He's gonna get that one early. You know what? We'll just give the claim code right now, and then we'll give it throughout the show. It's CWC93. CWC93. Other.page/claim. CWC93. Other.page.
Love that sound.
.claim. It's such a good sound. Yeah, CWC93.
Here, Steve. We got our good jingles. We need some sound bites. We need some good, memorable sounds. It's amazing how Establish the Run is, they're probably, Adam Levitan's probably pushing, thank you for the tip on front. They're probably pushing, Thomas says it's only Metro if you add lavender to the bath. If I do the Epsom salt bath, I'm probably adding lavender to it. What was I talking about, man? I'm just having a day, Steve.
It's all good. It's all good. Let's look.
The sounds. Yes, the sounds. Establish the Run. They have some just sound like that, and I hear the sound, I know it's Establish the Run. Like it just, that stuff works.
Oh yeah, audio cues work really well. We are just like Pavlonian dogs when it comes to it. I was gonna say to you though, like I'll kind of put it at this, and then we can keep moving. But again, other.page/claim. The code is CWC93. Enters you to win thousands of dollars in ape, courtesy of our friends over at Ape Chain. Ape Chain on top for sure for partnering with us with this great user incentives. We're seeing a lot of activity there, so get on there. We'll make a whole event out of it. We're gonna do some drawings in a few weeks here. And it enters you to win some big stuff, and one full set collector going to do really well. I know the people here listening are full set collectors. Go ahead. No, you go. I was gonna know because I was gonna float tank it. So go ahead and comment on that.
Well, for anyone who is wondering where, because like yesterday I promised I would do the mutant robe today, and nothing but the mutant robe. And I brought the slippers so I could do mutant robe and slippers. I have no idea where the mutant robe is. It's packed somewhere. I was just scrambling, but tomorrow I'll just rock. I'll figure out something to cover up the glare, and that way you can get me in full glory of mutant robe and slippers.
Yeah, because I'm not mad. That mutant robe was like one of my. I was happy to purchase that one when it dropped.
We'll have to talk about this offline, but there's one individual I think of when I think of mutant robe, and might get to hang out with him relatively soon. I'm not going to dox his location where he moved to not too long ago, or has a place.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need a dox location. I mean, it's obviously Tebow. Like that's got to be a given. I mean, it's like there's no, like when you talk about the mutant robe, we got the mutant robe.
So we're on the same page there with the mutant robe.
I mean,
he owns the mutant robe. That's my goal. Is if I can, I may have to wear it until I get into Tebow realm of the mutant robe lore.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite tweets from Tebow. I'm not gonna be able to find it. But it was see if I can find the mutant ape robe online somewhere, or an image of it for people who missed it. But it's this like kind of it's intentionally ugly, but it's like kind of cool, I think. And here I'll show you this random image from eBay that someone had posted. But you can see like the colors. It's like this brown and blue with this like green thing. It's intentionally kind of ugly. And we got it at fucking Saturday, which they did to celebrate the it was 1 year anniversary, 2 year anniversary Mutants, whatever it was. It was an anniversary Mutants. And Tebow tweets out a picture. He got like upgraded to first class or something because of his status. I can't remember what it was. And Tebow tweets out a picture sitting in first class in his mutant robe on the plane. So sitting in the mutant robe on the plane in first class, sipping a beverage, rocking and rolling. So shout out to Tebow. That was like one of my all-time favorite that's one of my favorite tweets still. I died when that happened. I sent him a text. I was like dying laughing. But I'll hit the flow tank, then let's go to Garga Suite. We can get it going because I know we got Web3 Playboys coming up at 9 to talk a little bit about what they are dropping tomorrow. Kind of
would have been a perfect day to do the robe.
Yeah, perfect day for the robe. Web3 Playboys with that couch. The float tank, I'll say this, like this is how it kind of works if people have never done one. You go to the float tank. So a sensory deprivation tank, if you haven't done one, they put in enough salt water to make it so buoyant you just float. So you're kind of like just suspended in space, more or less. And they make it completely still so that you're just completely still floated. They close this top so that it's basically complete black darkness. There's like a button you can press, turn on the light. My big tip for it, if you go in one, by the way, I will say it is a saltwater thing. If you have an itch on your face, do not itch it. You put earbuds in, or be very careful when you itch it because you will drop that salt water in your eye and it will burn. She warned me of that. I still did it a little bit, but it wasn't too bad because I remembered just in time. So you put in some earplugs. You go and you shower beforehand to get all the oils and everything off your body. You go in completely naked, like not a thing on your body. You float. You close the top. You have your earplugs in, and it's basically just your face, your nose, your mouth, and your eyes are out of the tank, pitch black. Someone described it like the way you almost like get improperly disoriented. Like there are times when you don't know if your eyes are open or closed. You don't know if you've been in there a long time or a short time. You're just sitting there wondering about time and space. And then with 2 minutes left, they'll drop you some music to remind you to get out. You get out, you get in the shower again. You shower off everything that's in there, put your clothes on, jump out. So
Brick It All just saved our friendship. Do you see Brick It All's comment?
No, I missed it.
He says, don't do salt tank if you are at all scratched up. And as I just said, I have scratches all over my hands and arms. I would have got in there and I would have jumped out immediately, and I would have called you and you MFer. Like, yeah, I'm going to have to wait to heal up a little bit before I do salt tank.
Yeah, it's actually a good point. You will get, I had like one small cut that I like felt like a little bit of like, oh, okay.
I have like 20 of those on my hands and arms right now.
Yeah. For those people who missed, by the way, and then we'll get into Garga's tweet. A couple other things.
We also have Husker on the stage. I don't know if you saw that hand up.
Oh, I do not see the hand up at all on the stage. So Husker, if you're up there, go ahead, get in here. GM. You sure we have him on stage? Looks like a listener to me.
I can hear him.
Oh, I cannot.
Go ahead, Husker. I'll just maybe keep it. Let us know in the space if you all can hear Husker. Don't just say yes. Say yes, I can hear Husker in the spaces audio, and then someone do that on Abstract. Go ahead, Husker. Appreciate you. Dort said you couldn't hear him on YouTube, and looks like no audio on Abstract either. Came through on my end, Steve. What a solid guy Husker is. He came up to help you with the cold open as I was fumbling around, and reminded everyone to like and repost the space. I failed to do that this morning, and he said he was late. So if you haven't yet given us a like, repost, a bookmark on today's space, we greatly appreciate it. You also find up top the link to the X videos on my feed. I can go grab Abstract here in a second, and YouTube is obviously live as well. I don't know what I've done on this audio thing. I thought we had it solved, but it's just, this is the first time. I don't know, man. It's the first time I think you haven't been able to hear someone. But anyways, I digress. Appreciate the shout out, Husker. Appreciate the reminders. And yeah, Steve, we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll figure it out as we go. And like, if we, I'm not sure if the guest today is going to be able to come on stream or spaces. So if they don't come on stream, I say we just roll with it because it's a guest. Obviously, we don't want to keep 30-second sound bites, so we'll just do spaces this morning. We'll just have our. We're working on getting ourselves situated here. Cap's been in transit.
We could have taken a day off. We just don't do that kind of stuff. So yeah, it would have been this week would have been absolutely a day or two or three for me to take the day off, and it's not how we roll here. So we'll power through and find solutions. Appreciate everyone bearing with us as we do so.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, we're definitely doing our best here, but it's like I said, we could, like Cap said, I mean, we could have literally just not shown up today and be like, Cap's in transit, no show today. We keep the streak alive. Again,
979 consecutive weekdays. We have not missed a single show since December of 2021. Not even holidays.
Come October,
which I have some explaining to do come real holidays because my friend was like, "You guys are doing you guys are working on Labor Day." I'm like, just wait.
Yeah, no, we always do it. The only exceptions where I've missed is when I've done flights on Christmas. I've tried to move them around for the show when I can. So there has been some times, although I think in that time frame, we both may be out of pocket in the holidays.
Speaking of, a couple of requests there. We're uncap like I'm planning October, November, 4 months in advance here. If anyone would like to do a pre-recorded interview, I think what we're going to do some pre-recorded interviews that week is the plan. We're still going to go live every day. It's just Steve and or myself may not be able to connect like the 20th through the 28th ish. So end of December, if anyone would like to take the reins, potentially not even co-host, might be the full-blown host of Coffee with Captain for a few days, hit us up. We'll get that planned out well in advance and make sure the streak continues.
Yep. So we'll keep it going. But I mean, look, we're coming up on 1,000. Appreciate that. It's just, I mean, and Mel said, I feel like when I miss shows, I'm not here. I'm still listening, just not on stage. A lot of times, yeah, if I can. In fact, I tried to go live from a cruise one time, and people weren't able to hear me, so I sat there and listened. But yeah, give us again one last ask. Give us like, retweet, comment on the room, and if you're trying to claim that badge, go ahead and go to other.page/claim. And CWC 93. CWC 93 is going to be your claim code. And that'll get you done for that claim. But Cap, I know we got our guest coming up. Like I said, if our guest comes up, we'll just YouTube and Abstract will just bear with us with no audio for a period of time. Jump on that Spaces if you can. I will say this. People did go to
drop in the link if they can join StreamYard. That'd be optimal. So
they have the link. I did drop it to him. And I'll remind him when I take a beat at some point to try to do that. But yeah, I will see if I can get him on StreamYard. But if they can't, even if they're off camera, if they can't, we will go from there and figure it out. But
you are awesome, by the way. Just almost 100 actions on the post already. More than that if you count them, if you add them up. But 60 some reposts, 84 likes already, despite us fumbling the bag a few times. Just appreciate y'all. Even when we fail to give instructions, Steve, our Coffee with Captain community comes through.
Can I throw out a topic it's sort of like a hot derailment topic that I think is like one of the new. So there's certain engagement farming hacks people have. They complain about InfoFi.
We can go anywhere you want this morning. We will come back to the Garga post I shared a few minutes ago. But yeah, this is like a variety share this morning. Take it any direction you'd like.
Yeah,
full blown ADHD.
People like to complain about InfoFi. It's a big popular thing to do. One thing that I'm a little bit like getting exhausted by in the timeline, I get it, but I'm kind of exhausted by it, is people complaining about OpenSea not dropping their token. Like I see, and there are friends of mine who I love who are doing it too, but it's like this engagement hack to be like,
drop the token already though.
I get it, but like at some point it's like
I'm kidding. I say it as a joke. I understand, like drag it out as long as you can.
Not just that, like it's like they want to drop it right. I'm sure, like all these companies want to make sure they're doing it right.
You get one shot. They got one shot. Yeah, I'm not. You can't pressure it. You got to do it when the time is right. Maybe they drop it too early. Maybe they drop it too late. But do it when they're ready. I'm not tweeting about it. I'll joke and poke them at the jab a little bit here on the show. But yeah, they have to do it when it's right for them. They got literally one shot at this, and this is like not even exaggeration. potentially like make or break to the tune of billions of dollars, Steve.
Yeah.
Billions on the line.
Yeah, I agree. It's my it's like I'm not trying to be, like it's just to me like this is of course they are going to take their time and do it right, but it's like I feel like I see 3 to 5 tweets a day. I see constant replies on the timeline. It's like I get it. People want an airdrop. I want all the airdrops too. I want my abstract. I want my Mega ETH. I want my OpenSea. I want my Project X. I want my Kinetic. I want all the airdrops that were my Meteora. All the airdrops that we're all farming. We all want it. I don't know, man. Like, it's just, I feel like I see every day somebody new being like, drop the token, OpenSea. Why aren't we dropping the token? And it's like, at some point, it just gets exhausting. So I'm kind of like, again, I'm being an old man here yelling at people on the timeline for, create the content you want to create. But it's just, I think it's so trendy to hate on InfoFi. Like, that's the big one that people love, which, again, a lot of people hating on InfoFi, just calling it how it is, are people who are collected 5 and 6 figure checks from the airdrop. I'm not in that crowd because I am not the popular yapper. But people collected 5 and 6, figs from the airdrop, and then some who do deals with teams that have Kaido leaderboards are sitting here saying, "Yeah, no, it's like I can't believe InfoFi is ruining the timeline." It's like you're printing. I don't know. I just so there's that, and then the OpenSea drop the token tweet. So let's I know you have it pulled up. Let's hit the Garga tweet. I want you to go into that a little bit because it is related to my non-top blasting.
Yeah, I got to pull it right back up.
I got you.
I'm off my A game for sure this morning. That is for sure. I do have it here.
You got it right there.
Yeah. Sweet.
Go for it.
So he says history lesson, and we'll go to the original tweet that he quote tweeted here in a second. It says history lesson: NFT marketplaces evade royalties but preserve fees for themselves. Let's see. Quality creators disappear, ecosystem crumbles, new meta moves to fungibles, billion tokens get launched. Fun for a while, but average holding time for successful traders move to literally a few seconds. Super PvP, retail disinterest, fungible token ecosystem crumbles. NFT marketplaces continue to misapprehend the source of their success, add fungible token trading, and celebrate with flex emojis. But there's literally no reason to buy fungible tokens there, and their volume proves it. The premier fungible token launcher app continues to try to iterate to bring NFT-style royalties to fungible tokens. If you didn't see it, I changed the title of the show. Creator royalties are back, but not what you think.
Yeah, so talk us through what happened with Pump.fun and how much money I think they're making Razmir a millionaire.
Introducing Project Ascend, a series of updates that will 100x the Pump.fun ecosystem by making coins more sustainable and aligned with their communities. To start, 10x more creator earnings via dynamic fees, 10x processing of CTO creator fee applications. Learn more. I think this is a emerging big game in the crypto space that is, I mean, a lot of crypto is a PvP game. This isn't, they're not playing Axie Infinity. They're how many Pump.fun tokens can I launch and get to graduate? And very few of them are ever going to get a runner that runs to, forget 100 million or billions. Very few are going to get a runner to run to 7 or 8 figures. But those that do, you're going to start seeing some big P&Ls flexed on the timeline. The P&Ls aren't going to be trading P&Ls. They're going to be creator royalties earned. And I don't know, man. It doesn't get me thinking, oh, shoot, I need to go drop some creator coins. I need to start thinking about what meme coins can I create. It does make me think, again, revisit, like, is it possible to, and I know the answer is no, not without creating a token. I'm not opposed to doing that. Like, if it's like, as far as what I'm going at is like, is it even possible to simulcast and stream on Pump.fun simultaneously? You say it is?
No, I didn't say anything. Oh, it was Jonas.
Jonas says he does it. Okay,
yeah,
cool. You can hear him, Steve?
I can't on my cans, but I can put in my.
Okay, so Jonah says you can do it. Like, I mean, I think we need to look into this, and this is brought a conversation offline. I think we need to look into it and consider it because they have nearly a we so we do the same. So they give you keys on like just it's similar setup to abstract. You okay? Okay. Now the difference with Pump.fun is you have to create a token to be able to stream. Correct? Steve, they're sitting on a massive war chest. At some point, they've got, I don't know, maybe it's not $1 billion that get injected into that ecosystem, but I don't think it's exaggeration when you say people like Rasmer and Gainsey and Jonah apparently are going to rake on that airdrop when that thing hits. It also has me wanting to buy the Pump.fun coin. Like it doesn't make me want to be a participant in that casino. It makes me want to own stock in the casino. I can do that by buying the Pump.fun coin. I can get dividends by a future dividend. It's not a dividend. Don't take this out of context. But I can get a future dividend by way of an airdrop by simply streaming there. And I'm not even exaggerating, Steve. I think there's a world, like we've been streaming on Abstract since launch or shortly thereafter. I think we could stream for a month and our Pump.fun airdrop is probably larger than our Abstract airdrops.
It's possible. I was going to say, and because it's funny, I know Jonah put his hand up, so we'll go to him in a second. I can pop in my AirPods for the comments on this, but I actually pinned to the top. I talked to Dancing Eddie a couple weeks ago. Dancing Eddie at law school, aspiring lawyer. And I basically said, look, I'm a skeptic on this. I'm not one who likes to launch my own token for various reasons. And I gave him, I was like, tell me, convince me. And you don't have to watch the clip now. I pinned it up top. It's worth watching. But he more or less said, like, his fear of launching tokens, he was like, look, I'm public. I'm going into law. I'm doing all these things. And he's like, 3-4 lawyers that I respect all launch tokens are like, we're all totally fine. And so I think my concerns are probably dropping. I'm not a major fan of it still. Like, I'm still iffy on it, but I basically left the conversation with him thinking, man, maybe we do need to just launch our own ones. And every other day we launch from our, Pump.fun spot and, see what that looks like. It's just, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure that mine is going to see trading volume. Therefore, I don't think I'm going to see a ton of fees. And it's like, is the juice worth the squeeze on that, given that,
So my thing is I don't even care. Like, I do care. It'd be nice to get a little stimmy in the form of fees. I just, dude, if Rasmer and Gainsey make $1 million on that airdrop, we're going to be pissed off that we didn't click a button. Yeah. I'll be pissed off because it's literally not doing any extra work other than we launch a token, tell people not to buy it, and we add the one it's literally after it's set up, one extra click before we go live every morning. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, you need to put a bunch of soul towards it and stuff, though. So we need to look into the details of the actual how you launch it and how you put, what you put towards it and how you put it. And then, you're in this spot where you can't really sell it because you own a bunch of it. But if you sell it, then you're rugging it. It's like,
go ahead, Jonah. I'll read.
And then you go to Jonah.
Do
How-
you
Go ahead.
make more fees the more of the token you hold, or does it not work like that?
So as as small-ish creators on our end, how do you think how well do you think we would do on fees if we were to launch token? I won't be insulted, I promise.
Get out of here. Hmm. S- s- So, Mr. House, will go to you next. Appreciate you jumping on and say it's always a pleasure. Jonah, give us we got some comments in the chat, like bearish on creator coins. They do not like give us the bull case for creator coins. We might have lost you. You started cut out there right as we went to you.
Oh, I think
we
I
lost
think he
you.
went to listener. So he's coming back up. See if we can get Jonah in here. You're
Yeah,
good.
we got you back. So bull thesis on creator coins. Is it? Good take. That's certainly a bold thesis. If we have BlackRock buying creator coins, Steve, what would get me really excited is the idea of something backing them, right? I mean, it's essentially it's the personified brand coin thesis. It is a brand coin for an individual, is what we're talking about here, and whether they're doing buybacks with revenue they generate, whether there's some sort of revenue share, like that could get really exciting, especially when you start thinking about some larger creators outside of crypto and Web3.
Yeah, I wonder. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Jonah.
Yeah, even technically for us, like we alternate on our abstract for that very reason. Certainly some things to sort through and solve there. Also, if anyone else was curious and doesn't have access to a a desktop or didn't want to scroll away from the screen right now, if you got a new phrase or term, neo-feudalism is not widely recognized term in academic or philosophy circles yet, but has become to emerge as a contemporary conceptual framework, usually in art, philosophy, and cultural criticism, that reflects a deep sense of delusionment, absurdity, and resignation in the face of modern systems like capitalism, technology, environmental collapse, and political powerlessness. So, that's if anyone needs to go on a deep research today, go look into neo-feudalism for this thesis. But yeah, no, good take. I think it's a good bull take. You said you have a bear take. Let's hold that for a second. I would like to get Mr. House in here if you don't mind. Mr. House, GM, pleasure as always.
I do not have Mr. House.
I don't either. Maybe.
Well, maybe I'll take it a lap. Although I know we have our guest coming up in a little bit here.
Makes me feel better when it's X issues versus us, Steve.
Yeah, it definitely does. I was gonna say, we'll talk about it more, but like, I also probably have a lot more of a comfort level if it's launched via the show. We can figure out how we launch it via an entity, and we do the same stream there every day, and then it's streamlined. Versus, I actually don't know that bifurcating our creator coins makes any sense versus a Coffee with Captain one. But
I also think it's a little like it's a veil, right? One layer of protection for your concern that the feds are coming.
Well, yeah, and it's through the LLC, right? It's like it just makes a whole different thing. But
I see Mr. House did come back up. Let's try that again. You might have to actually leave the room and force close X, and then depressive hacks jumped up, but it's just spinning saying connecting. Mr. House, let's do a mic check. Hey, we got you back. You're live. Yep, good to go. GM, always a pleasure. I lost.
Ooh, House is going in and out. We'll see. House is going in and out, but like I mean, I think it's an interesting concept. And like you said, like, I mean, it probably makes sense as far as in like to be like through an LLC as one coffee with Captain Creator. Because as long as we're doing the show, we have that. And then it's like, honestly, it's like if we sold the show property to someone,
it also locks Steve into the show. Steve can't bail if we do a creator coin that starts printing millions of dollars for us. He's got to do coffee with Captain with me forever.
Never would want to. I mean, look, if we're paying it that way, no, it's a it's definitely an interesting concept that I wasn't as open to previously. And again, Eddie, aspiring lawyer, looking into this stuff, testing it, made me feel a little more comfortable about it. I know Jonah's into it. Like, I think it's just you know, if they're doing, and people might have known it was coming. I know a lot of people have talked to the team on Pump.fun about how they're doing it. So, look, I mean, it's the more places you're streaming, the better. I do think there is a chance we are a little boomer for Pump.fun in the sense that it's a.
So yes, but Mr. House said there's people who aren't even crypto native streaming on there. We'll expand on that a little bit. Who's not crypto native that's on Pump? Oh, we lost him to listener. Drop it in the chat if you can still hear us. I'm curious, is there anyone, I don't think there's anyone big has made that move yet. And I think same thing, like, I don't really care if people watch us. I just want to go live so we qualify. And if it basically to kind of set us up for if the thesis that Jonah described and things really do take off and there's more tools and third-party applications and stuff that get built on top of Pump.fun, I'd rather be early to that than late. How this space works. Like, I don't want to wait until it's perfect to get started, especially knowing that after we set things up and get going, it really, now if it does take off, it's another chat to manage, et cetera, et cetera. But in the beginning, it's just like, just go live and play the clip game, right? I think it's a very virtually zero. Well, I shouldn't say zero. There is, the feds could come knocking. I don't consider that a risk. I think it's virtually zero risk from we created a token to, or very limited risk, very little lift, and potentially tremendous upside. So to me, just like where I hunt EV and try to get it in plus EV, this seems like one of those spots. It'd be silly not to move.
Yeah, we should at least look into it. We need to discuss it. Obviously this week, Friday, when we have our normal check-in, I'm going to be out of pocket for a friend and his father who passed away. There's a charity thing that I do every year, once a year. It's the one time I actually pick up golf clubs, and it's going to be ugly. Going to be interesting to see how I manage it, by the way, because I'm currently, it's Diet Start Monday stuff. Yesterday, I went pretty much exclusively meat with a couple of veggies, and I've stocked my fridge accordingly to do the same. So we will see how I manage Friday with the golf outing, whether I just send it, probably will, and then get a little crazy on it. But no, man, it's a concept where it's like, look, let's say we made an extra $500 a month on it, right? That's not nothing. Like, that's not nothing. That's you're talking about, that's an extra $6,000 a year, $3,000 each. Like what people maybe like as creators / people who are, sort of building in this space by creating, you sort of duct tape all these things together. Like, where do you do a video for this company? What does your sponsorship look over here? And each one of those things is just an incremental add-on where you try to add it up to be like, okay, when all things are said and done, when we can pay all the bills. And, an extra $500 a month would be big. An extra $1,000 a month would be huge. I mean, we got chat people saying, and Cap, this is also an interest. I mean, Rocky saying, would definitely buy your coin on Pump.fun. It's like tipping on Abstract, but I can also try to make money off a token. Like, this is
that's a great call. Great take.
And this is what's kind of interesting to me. And I know we're gonna bring on. I know EGR might be joining us. I know Josh is going to be joining us. Talk a little bit of Web3 Playboys as well.
Man, I'm going to have real hair envy this morning. If you weren't enough, this morning is like I'm getting the double dose of. Josh, this is like I don't have any self consciousness about really much other than actually I don't even feel self-conscious now that I cut it. But boy, when I was tempted to grow my locks out like one of our guests today, I couldn't go anywhere in public without a hat. It was rather embarrassing. And
yeah, don't be that guy. You're trying to do the mullet. There's the I'll go.
Someday I'll share her name. She straight up said, "Like, dude, you're not a Zoomer anymore." Like she called it. She's like, you look. I go, what do you think look better? Because I was like, this is absurd. I know. Like I'm gonna cut it. I have to cut it. She's like, you did look pretty hot with short hair, and she's like, you can't pull everything off at your age.
Yeah,
I guess I am. I've aged out of long hair, but we see not everyone has. Some people our age, some elders, some of those born in the late 1900s can pull it off, and we have proof evidence here this morning.
No, I will give you a perfect example of what not to do and why not to do it. So there's a guy named Clayton Etchard who was The Bachelor. If you're not familiar with Clayton, oh my God, okay, I'm gonna pull up a picture of him. So basically, this was Clayton on The Bachelor, real quick.
I blame Thread Guy, by the way. I did the whole thing for a bit to try to grow my mole out better than Thread Guy, and I didn't even do one. I didn't even post about it once because it was that bad.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. So I'm going to show you Clayton. He's a little younger than us, but in our age bracket type thing. So this is a picture of Clayton from The Bachelor, right? I'm going to show it on the stream, and then we'll move on. This will be a good one to kind of give us a clean palate cleanse. So this is Clayton from The Bachelor. This is him on The Bachelor. Our age, our haircut type deal. Okay. Recently, he went on some Netflix show called Perfect Match. He must have secured a hell of a bag to do so, right? So that's him on the left. Want to see him now? This is him now on The Bachelor. Oh, man, my stuff is like just hitting like the load screen so slow. So you can find a good one. So this is him on Perfect Match. Except that's not even doing justice, actually. Let me find a better one. He literally permed his hair, grew out a mustache, and Dawn and I are watching this thing last night, and we're watching it, and we're like, dude, what are we doing? Like, here you go. This one kind of works it. But it's like that because he's sweaty. He permed it, did a mullet, grew it out. It's like, dude, you're 35. Like, I get it. Like, the kids are doing it. Somebody told you it was hip. God bless you for trying to pull it off. I'm not trying to knock anybody's style, not trying to be a hater. But, like, immediately he walks in. And there is a guy who is 10 years his junior on The Perfect Match. And he's got the mullet. And he looks the part. You look at someone like Benson Boone. He's got the mullet. He's got the mustache. He looks the part. Clayton, man, you had this look. You permed your hair. You grew the mustache. It's just not giving, man. It's not doing the same thing. He's dressing like it. And it's like, at some point, you just got to let it go. You just got to come home. And I think for you, that's where we're going to be at. But Cap, let's do this. Let's do this. We're going to bring on Josh here in a second, talk a little Web3 Playboys. Last thing I'll say on the creator coins is that, or on the Pump.fun coins, is I had always been approaching it as if we had to individually launch it. That's a little bit more nerve-wracking, not necessarily something that we want to do. Doing it as a company is a little more comfortable to me. So let's do this. We're going to bring on EJR. We're going to bring on Josh. Appreciate you guys joining the stream. EJR, give me a thumbs up. I know that you're getting the camera set up. So if you're good to go, I will pull you on the upshoot, or I can wait until you are fully set up. So if you're thumbs up, we will go. We're getting a thumbs middle. He's getting the weekend at the Super Bowl performance when you were walking through and there was all the blinding light stuff. But bringing in these guys on. So going to add our guy, Josh Ong. Always good to see you, my man. Actually, talk about hair. We took a picture in 2021, actually, waiting in line for Royal Society Poker event, best hair. We challenged like Farouk and someone else who had hair like mine for best hair.
Yeah, we should pick that up. That was fun.
That was a good one. And then EJR getting set up as well. Excited to have you guys on the show. Actually, two of like the best people I know in this Web3 place as far as the vibes, the kindness, the honesty. EJR is always on the grind. I feel like Josh is always kind of working on some of the best stuff that comes out in crypto. So GM gentlemen, excited to have you here. Josh, you've been on the show before. I actually want to go to our guy EJR to give a little bit of your own intro about yourself for people who aren't familiar with the penguin that's always like, yo, need the wallet addies because we got this allow list. Let's roll.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I didn't know I'd be on video, and I'm usually not up and speaking this early, so forgive me for anything that I say. So just a little bit about me. I've been in this space for about 6 years, 10 to 16 hours a day, grinding it out like everyone else. Fell in love with it immediately. I've worked on about 37 different projects, but I was VP of marketing and strategy for a Web3 company, and I helped people launch their projects. So this is one of the first projects we're launching as a team. I genuinely just love the space, and I work on strategy. I'm a super connector. I have certain superpowers, and the rest of the team that we're working with right now has superpowers as well. And it's just been incredible to work on this. I think it's my favorite IP, and I think we were meeting with 10 to 15 possible clients a week, teams, and we were turning them all down. I mean, Josh knows about this. It was like 99% is like, we can't help them because they're not going to listen. It's not worth it. And then we have this IP, and we just been rolling with it nonstop.
Yeah, so Josh, talk about how you got involved in this whole thing. I know you guys mentioned you're working a little bit back and forth. So how did you get tied into it? And then we'll talk about what it is, the discussion, the IP, all that good stuff, why abstract, all the fun stuff. But Josh, how'd you get involved in all this?
Yeah, I mean, EJR and I rolled in a couple circles. We worked on some stuff together, and when the chance came to like play with such a fun, it's like a fun commentary on like the culture that we're all part of and that we've been enjoying, and it's cheeky, and so yeah, just signed on and have been working with the team since. So looking forward to seeing what people mint and get out there, and the like conversation that's going to happen around it, because there's some fun stuff in there.
Yeah, so easier to, oh, go ahead, Cap.
I just say, when I think of Web3 Playboys, the first name that comes to mind is Josh Homme as well. So that's the short answer.
Yeah, couldn't launch it without him. EJR, talk a little bit about the actual project itself and sort of the commentary and sort of the impetus for it. You mentioned, hey, we're happy to finally launch our own after working with some other ones. Talk about the impetus of what got you to launch it and what it is.
Okay, so this IP has been around for a while, and it's evolved over time. It has a really good origin story. We created it. We have a world famous undoxed lead creative, and he is just someone I've known for a very long time. We met playing World of Warcraft. He was a priest in my Molten Core guild. We've just been best friends for a very long time. So he created this back when free mint meta was happening, before Blur kind of killed royalties. So we had the IP, we held it, and then over the years it's kind of evolved. And then I met one of our devs. I started working with him, and it's been rebranded a few times. And I started talking to him about dynamic traits and what could be done, because we worked on another project together. And he's like, yeah, this can be done, this can be done. And I'm like, well, it's never really been done right. So it started to pick up. And then we just kind of started picking up a different, like, world-class misfit along the way, until there was about 10 of us. And the final piece was someone who is a middleman, mutual friend between me and Sloppy Pencil, ends up booking a meeting with me and him and doesn't show up. So we end up with a meeting, and he's like, oh, he does this to me all the time. I'm like, okay, whatever. So we're talking, and then 10 minutes in, I text him, and he gets on, and he wasn't even wearing clothes. He was like half naked with the covers. And I was like, no, we're best friends already. Don't worry about it. So Sloppy and I spoke. I was working on a different project, which is a beautiful project, and I was meeting with all these different artists. And then I was like, wait, you know what? I'm like, this is incredible, because Sloppy used to work on Rick and Morty. And he's like this incredible animator, lives in Mexico City, just the nicest guy. I love to work with really genuine people that love the space and have superpowers, and you get that feeling when you meet someone, it just clicks. And once I met him, I knew that we had everything we needed. We had the storytelling, we just had everything we needed for this to come together. And, I already had the name in mind, and I showed him the art, and he loved it. It just fit in really well with him. And then I didn't know exactly how, like, super powerful he was, though, because he's absurd. Since we've been on the team, it's like, a couple people like striving for MVP, but like he's just so far ahead of all of us, and it's a beautiful thing. So I think that this is something magical, and I don't say that like being a dork or anything. I think people are programmed in this space to be disappointed, to be let down. I think you have to underpromise, over deliver. We have plenty of twists and turns, plenty of exciting things. I mean, you know, the cookie cutter template in this space is literally like drop 2 trailers at most, drive hype, bring people to Discord, mint out, go to Bali for 4 months, disappear, come back. Your marketing team's not working for you anymore. You don't know what the hell to post. Nothing gets done. And then, you know, just people, it's not worth anything. So like we have 8 to 12 weeks already planned out. And like, this is funny because like this train, this train doesn't stop. And it's just so interesting to me. And like, you know, we even have some like kind of sneaky mechanics in place to like, you know, hope that people do flip, you know, because I think that people are programmed in this space. They have PTSD and they should, you know, other people, you know, some people from certain countries, they just want mint so much. It's, I tell the collab managers, it's like at this point, when you have something hot, everyone wants to be your friend. Sorry. I don't know if you curse or not.
No, you're fine. You can curse. You're good.
Okay, good. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Because we curse a fucking lot. So anyway, like the thing is, people are literally programmed, and like in this space, like there's very few people that are your friend. Like, you know, we're all friends on the team. We brought people on as advisors that literally turned into like co-founders because they just loved what we were doing so much, and they have like crushed it. Like we have redundancy. Let me go back to what I was saying. So the thing is that like we're kind of playing on the whole flip for sandwiches thing, and like, you know, our personal goal is to make it so that everyone that flips basically regrets it for the rest of their life, and everyone that holds, you know, potentially their kids will never have to work. I'm not promising that, but like that's how we speak in the back end as a team, and it's hilarious. So, and as regards to sloppy, like, you know, that breaking news video, there's so much to talk about, so I could jump around, and I just woke up. But that breaking news video, like usually I'll give him an idea and he just does it. So that's really cool because you don't have to like micromanage each other. You don't have to like look over each other's shoulder. So he's like, I'm like, can you just make a marketing asset for tomorrow because we haven't really posted anything? And we were waiting for, you know, OpenSea to approve the jet ski video because, you know, companies have to approve things. So he's like, yeah, I had this idea. So I asked him at 8 o'clock at night. Within an hour, he sent me like an actual video. It wasn't finished, but I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like British accent, news story, whatever. And I was like, this is incredible. So the next day I'm waiting for legal to approve from OpenSea. And then by 2 p.m. that video was done. And like, that was all him. So like, that's the type of like storytelling, like creative firepower that we have, that he could literally do that himself and like crank out multiple videos a day if he had to. So like, I don't know anyone that's brought anything to this space like this in a long time. I'm not shitting on anyone else whatsoever. But the thing is that like, I'm personally inspired right now by Abstract, Diff and Gigaverse, you know, Scarly OCH, projects that move, that churn, that keep on delivering. And I wanted to start with something that's not gaming, that does the same, that maybe could inspire younger founders or founders that are not inspired to kind of rise up to that level and start delivering in that way with other things.
You talk about that risk a little bit because I want to talk about why Abstract, because I like the games on Abstract. I think that the portal is beautiful. I think the way they're going about is beautiful. The bridging, all that good stuff, and the streaming we're a big fan of. But we were talking about Abstract with, you know, it is sort of a situation where it is a little bit clicky. We've gotten a lot of feedback on that recently where there's a little bit clicky. We've gotten some feedback that we've heard from people saying like, look, like I'm not sure how to get the reward system to work on certain things. And it's mostly a couple of games, but then what am I doing? So do you just see that as you talked about like a white space for inspiration versus like, I mean, Good Vibes Club, they're going to drop on Abstract. They dropped on Mainnet. That ended up being a successful decision for them. So talk a little bit more about the why Abstract, because I think that's something that a lot of people might say, okay, what are we doing?
Okay, so why Abstract? Well, there's a few different answers. I'll give you them all. But one, I truly believe in what Luke is building. You know, I work with strategy at a very high level, so I see the big plan down the road. This is a long-term brand. Hopefully, I don't ever want to launch another brand after this if possible, because I love this. But the simple answer is it needs to be on an L2, right? So what other L2 are we going to build on right now? This is the only one that's like this fish tank kind of incubator where you can build these brands, where there's this core audience and people are inspired to hold, because the ecosystem itself is going to reward you weekly with XP and something down the road. And us as a project can reward you throughout the project. So then we can collaborate with these other projects that are kind of kicking ass. You know, the things that I see moving right now in the right direction are on Abstract. Now, in terms of good vibes, they did incredible. And yes, ETH goes higher. But long-term vision, I see Abstract being the decision. And in terms of L2s, I don't think there's another L2 we could drop on. If we have dynamic traits, I mean, it's not possible to launch this on anything else. What we're going to do with gender swap dynamic traits, and I can't say anything else because I'm going to give things away. But it's just the only place to do it. And I think Abstract has a lot of untapped potential. People have been attacking the gaming part. I also don't want to give away other ideas, but you know, people haven't attacked streaming. I'll say it. Look, people haven't attacked streaming, right? You have streaming and people holding up Pikachu dolls and stuff like this. It's brilliant, but it's not there yet. The audience isn't there yet. I think, well, this project is also special because we get to do something that nobody really has done, where we're going to be this portal where Web2 brands that are scared because they got their ass kicked in 2022, they got funding and everyone came into space and didn't listen to their advisors and got shit on, and they don't want to touch the space anymore. They can do a trait set with us. You know, we're working with brands like that where we're a port that safely launches them in the brand. We can do things with artists from the space where they can drop trait sets without diluting their existing art. Because if you make one mistake in this space, you're fucked.
That's
so
cool.
yeah. So the thing is, you know, and artists, and that's what got me into the space. Like, I genuinely love this space. It's not about money. I think the people that love this space, at first it's not about money, then it becomes about money because you have to live, you know what I mean? But the main thing is, in 2021, when everything took off, it was artists driving the news. It was artists driving people to the space. And that's when the PFP collections took off. You know, it was people selling for 68 million. That's what made the news, and artists were thriving. I mean, if you have, you know, you don't even need to have all your limbs. If you have some talent, an internet connection, and a laptop, you could literally be a 12-year-old kid and drop something in 2021 that takes off. So I want to get back to that. And, you know, you see it all the time with artists when they drop a collection and they don't do it right, they flame out. I had a call with someone the other day, and I'm like, you know, we're talking about certain things, and it's like, if people don't listen or they don't do things perfect, they end up like boo bop ba doo ba doo, you know, that song, like one hit wonder kind of thing, dilute their collection, and then they're done because there's no demand for it. So this is also going to help artists in the space do things to be able to survive and not dilute their existing collections. And, you know, I've been testing some of those things out with other projects that I work on. It's been working really well. And my headphone just fell out. Hold on.
Yeah, you know, I'd say to that too, like, we've been talking with a lot of some of the really active projects on Abstract about collaborating, and there's just a really great, you know, supportive energy for you know, crossovers and IP swaps, and, you know, items in one universe that you could mint as a, you know, a trait into Playboys. And so yeah, that's been really encouraging, is, you know, and then each of those has a community that's showed up and just been really supportive throughout pre-sale. And so yeah, we've been, you know, for some of it came, I think EJR was worked on a lot of, he's active in and worked on a lot of drops on Abstract, and so had the network and knew the founders to really have those conversations. And so looking forward to, can't tease too much, but some of those collabs coming up.
Yeah, and I think the feeling on Abstract overall, a lot of the projects when they drop, it feels like 2021 again. I know the liquidity is a little bit not where it could be, but like, once again, that's only more proof to, like, we're not just about money. You know what I mean? We're about building something long-term and big. And Josh is the perfect person to be on the spaces with, because I say it all the time. You know, he posted one time, he's like, you know, if we didn't PvP each other all the time, we worked together, like, everybody would win. And that's really something about the space that is really important for people to understand. I'm a huge proponent of this win together meta, that nobody else seems to believe in. But I think as people start collaborating more, we see less rugs, less scams, and we see more collaboration. So, anyone I've reached out to, Dith, Scarly, like, they're open to collab, and it's just a very good situation. Plus, I believe that Abstract takes care of the brands that do really well in terms of supporting them. And, so if we can make enough attention, then we get that support, and it's good.
Yeah, it's a fun I mean, all good reasons. It makes a ton of sense, especially with the connection points that you have there. And I think I don't know, I think about dropping on a chain that does have that culture and having the actual connections and points there. Because to your point, they do, I think, support those who do work really well with them. So I guess what's something maybe from other projects? You both worked a lot of projects, so without naming names or kind of like making it too obvious, like what are some things that you learned that you're like, hey, I would probably do this a little differently, maybe from working with some of the brands that you've worked with in the past that maybe you can apply here?
I mean, you learn a lot. I mean, I've worked. I've launched. This is the 38th project I've helped launch. So I mean, how much time do you have? Like, don't work with people that aren't going to listen completely, because it's not going to work. Don't try to force things. It's a lot like dating almost. You know what I mean? It's a lot like high school, only amplified in this space. Like how humans interact with each other, how they are. Like, it's really hard to tell who your friend is or whatever. It's just, this space is like a magnifying glass on humanity in general and how people act, in terms of like the psychology of it. But I would say that you don't try to force anything in this space. If your goal is money, you're fucked, and hopefully no one buys your project because it's going to be shit. You need to have a long-term vision for where the brand's going in a positive way before you even start, because if you can always pivot to something else, but you should have like a ramp of content and an idea of where you want to go. It can always evolve from there. I think it's very important to say that the mint is not the finish line. It is actually the starting line, which is, when I think about that, I almost want to cry, because we've been working like 16 hours a day, and like, I will take my wife away this weekend just for the weekend, but I'll be checking in. But I'm saying, like, I'm dead. There's nights where I'm almost hitting the computer. Don't fall asleep at your keyboard because you wake up with marks on your head. That's a lesson. I think the best thing I could say that I've learned is that you have to have good intentions, and you have to build something that you would want to hold a lot of and experience it yourself. And I think that would be the most important things. Because I mean, I've literally worked with companies that have put out projects that are, like equal to Kevin in terms of how bad they turned out. Like if you Google the project, there's a picture of Kevin right next to it as like one of the worst projects. Now, I left too much before they launched that because I did not want that on my name whatsoever. Be very careful about what chain you launch on. You know what I mean? Because certain chains, it's a very different situation, different type of culture. And most importantly, I've worked a lot of teams that were not all Web3 native OGs, and that's very difficult too, because if the majority of your space doesn't live and love the space, then it's almost impossible, because it's like speaking another language. You need to have people that have been here, living it and loving it, to really be able to understand how to put something out like strategically. Josh, you want to jump in?
Yeah, I mean, some of what I think I would say we see is how the space operates in terms of like attention, community, communications, and how you have to like manage all that. So even as we look at, there's like projects where mint and they go dark, and it's like that is not the time to go dark, right? And so, and then that affects like your people who show up to support you, but then they're like, wait, everyone has PTSD about rugs and all that stuff, and so they're like, things get tense. And so yeah, we got plans. We've got some incredible operators that can move fast, and we are just getting started, and so we're definitely are learning from some projects that we either worked on or collected where we saw maybe different energy, and we want to bring energy that as participants in the space that we would want to see from what we hold as well. So
I also
I think that's a learning. Go ahead,
I
EJ.
also think in terms of like speaking to other founders, one thing I've learned from working on so many different teams is like team composition, right? You see teams that are very small trying to do a lot. Now, I want to be an inspiration to other founders. So I would say this: you do not need a huge budget if you have a team that genuinely knows the space, and then you also have some redundancy, right? So we have 2 devs, we have 3 creatives. There's overlap on everything, and they complement each other. We have a bunch of branding, marketing. We have a couple super connectors, a bigger team. I don't know if teams do these small size teams because they're greedy. I don't know if it's because they don't. I'm not sure what it is, but this is a larger team that's built to deliver, and that was for a reason. And we brought on a lot of support too to get this kind of crunch time done. And luckily I found people along the way right before that were younger and just incredible, and abstract natives. I'm thinking of one person in particular, is Addy. Like, thank God I found him right at the end, because he's been such a huge help. And I think team composition is really important, and it all comes down to the same thing I said before. Like, if financial gain is your MO, like, you're probably going to fail, because you're going to force things and make them to work. But if like putting out something really cool that's going to like be fun, make people laugh, remind them of the good times in the space, no matter what the market conditions, that is what we're all here for, I think. And if you're not here for that, then you probably shouldn't be here.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the commentary too. As far as the first of all, we're getting a lot of good comments on it. Jamber digging the vibe of this talk. I'm gonna go ahead and say Jamber's gonna win our 100 ape today. Jamber's a great good coffee with Captain listener, and we got 100 ape to give away today on top of our badge code. Which, by the way, if you want the chance, just a reminder, we try to do. If you want the chance to win potentially thousands of dollars worth of ape, courtesy of our friends over at Ape Chain, and our friends at Other Page. You want to go to other.page/claim and type in CWC93 is the secret code today. It's a entry. It costs you nothing. You just sign up and get it going. So other.page/claim CWC93. But it's funny you say that.
And working on another giveaway today, Steve. More on that soon. But good day to tune in. Stay more coming soon on that.
Let's add one more. People can comment in the comments like why they want a Playboy, and like we'll pick some and we'll airdrop them after the mint. It's not even like they win whitelist. Like, it's free.
Even better.
All right,
we got multiple giveaways, Steve. This is maybe.
And then I'm gonna track and see if they flip it for a sandwich. We'll look afterwards, but
we'll
pick
bring
some.
back self-shaming and that sort of stuff. I think that people said it was awful. I'm kidding, but I think there is some nostalgic strings we can pull from 2021 that gets the people going.
Yeah, get them going for sure. I was going to say real quick on the space. It's funny you say that. Like, something you mentioned earlier that really resonated with me was the idea of, the PvP nature of the space, where I'm like you. I am for a fault. I like the tech. I like the community. I like being here. We do turn into Squid Games, though. It's like you talked about it being like you or Josh mentioned it being like a reflection of humanity, so to speak. It's like it really is like Squid Games in the sense that like everyone starts off, let's win this money together. We can do this. Let's get across the finish line. And then by the time you're on, one of the, an elevated level, people are pushing each other off the bridge onto the ground finally. So you hit that in this space sometimes, and it sort of dovetails, but into the next issue and sort of spirals, and one domino leads the next. But yeah, I do think it's very interesting that you're looking at it as like, hey, can we win? Can we build this thing? You're excited. You clearly have a lot of plans for it. So I love that. Love we're doing some giveaways. Comment in the chat. We got some allow lists we're going to give away. We'll pick some people, maybe during the show, maybe after the show, to give away some. Talking about doing some straight giveaways, which I think is pretty cool. Give us some details on the mint, the when, the where. I know we talked about abstract, so your abstract level wallet. For people who are wanting to mint tomorrow, because we're getting a lot of positive comments about the conversation in general being almost refreshing in the chat, what should people be paying attention to and getting ready for?
So the mint is going to be tomorrow. We have some really good marketing content we're going to put out, so be excited about that. But Mint Detail specifically is going to mint on OpenSea. It's on Abstract Chain, so if you don't have an Abstract Global Wallet, ask someone how to do it. You can do it with your Gmail account if you want to. If you don't have an Abstract Global Wallet, you can still mint it with another wallet. As long as it's an EVM wallet that you add Abstract to, you're fine. I'm not going to explain bridging or anything like that because whatever. But anyway, yeah, so be ready 12 p.m. Eastern. Okay, there's the GTD window, which is 1 hour. Okay, it's going to be max mint 1. And then it's first come, first serve window, starts at 1 p.m., 1 hour later. And I believe that that's 2 hours. And then it's not going to go to public. So there's a public phase, but it's not going to public. There's no chance. So, but yeah, the thing is, in terms of self-shaming and stuff like that, like, I don't think you could do that. A lot of people, like, economy is not that great in general. Some people are from other countries that do things so they can, like, support their families. I mean, there's plenty of room for churn. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly I think it could go two ways. I think it could either go under during the mint or something because so many people are flipping, but like we saw with Bunya, who launched his abstract project, then it skyrocketed up to $600. This will either go down because there's a bunch of flippers, and then the skyrocket, and they're going to be like, oh, I could have got 6 months worth of fucking sandwiches for this, you know what I mean, and regret it. Or they could put the kids through college with it. Or people are really going to resonate with this and hold in bulk, and then we just see it maybe be, I don't know, one of the most successful projects to launch on Abstract, because Abstract has had that ceiling in terms of how high things go. Collection size is 6,000. We were settling between 5,000 and 6,000, but the pre-sale demand was so high that, like, we felt comfortable at 6. And then you don't have to sit around and wait. I'm taking my wife away for 4 days after the mint, but I'll be checking in, and there's a 10-person team. There's plenty of content while I'm gone. I'm going to be watching, interacting as well. Just, we deserve a little bit of a break, but I think it's going to be, one of the most exciting mints in a long time. I mean, over a holiday weekend, we picked up thousands of followers. We didn't bot followers. We didn't do any of the stupid shit that people do. And it's just growing organically and resonate. And then once we start dropping activations, like, there's constant marketing movement, right? I think we've done more trailers than most projects do in the space in 5 years in our pre-marketing, right? So there's a lot of twists and turns and different things. And, like, a lot of us on the team have a really sick sense of humor. So we're also very careful. Like, it's like, let's get through the mint before we start dropping, like, the really spicy content, because we don't want to, like, piss anybody off or, like, cause problems with legal.
Right on. Well, look, drop Abstract Global Wallets down in the comments section. We want to make sure we're able to collect a few. I know we're kind of running up against, and you actually stayed longer than time, which we appreciate, but we'll drop those Abstract Global Wallets in the comments section. We'll find a few people for allow lists. We'll find a few people for the drops. EJR being super generous this morning. Again, I've been in the community. I know you and I have been in contact quite a bit about some things, which I appreciate always. And it's one of the Discords I check from time to time, and I'm like, it's a good quality group of people, and I'm excited that you have different plans to have some fun. Like, I like the combination. Can you give us a hint in anything, or even in saying, look, there's a combination of things that are going to be financial and fun. There's a combination of things that are going to be tech and fun. Like, any hints you can give us on anything? I know you kind of wink and nodded that there could be some significant things for Abstract, given they have a streaming platform, but any other things you could kind of hint at that would get people excited and get the people going?
Yeah, let me just, like, not speak fast so I don't completely give it away. And honestly, it's not even about giving stuff away. It's like, we just don't want anyone to copy us before we get there. You know what I mean? Like, that's the funny part. Some ideas are so good. It's like, people rush to do it and then rugged, and, like, it's like we almost inspired that, I would say that, 2 + 2 math, that we have an animator that used to work on Rick and Morty, right? Who literally puts out content super fast. So it's not unlikely that we might be talking to a bunch of different studios for an animated series, it's not unlikely that there might be some type of game plan down the future that's, you know, really fun and has a very Web3 DJing kind of fun twist to it. There's a lot of storytelling, and even I'm just gonna say this is the best thing that I could say is that there's a twist to the mint that people will pick up or they won't. And we can come on after and talk about the mint, but like there's a big twist on the mint that like we didn't even know we were gonna do, and we did, and like now it's hilarious. So like the inside kind of team strategy that like we came up with last night, and I was like half asleep, but I was like, flip and find the fuck out is basically our mentality going into this. Like we're like, we don't care what people do, but like it's like flip and find the fuck out. And like everyone was laughing. So there was like something we did, and we didn't even know it was going to progress past there, but it's actually really funny. So I can't wait to share it afterwards because we didn't plan it.
How many mints can people do? Like, is it just can people get more than one allow list, or is it going to be like, look, like there might be allow lists in each phase? Like, how many mints can people do if they're thinking I'm really excited and maybe I do want to pick up more than one?
So there's one in GTD. We went over a strategy of different things, and I think in terms of supply and demand, and we took some advice from OpenSea, other things we didn't take, because we know what we're doing. But so first window is 1 hour for GTD. You can maximum 1, but then those first come first serve is 3. So I don't want people going, oh, why can they mint 3? Well, GTD can mint the others in the second phase. Okay, they're still whitelisted, so they can mint 1, and then as soon as that hour is over, they can mint 2 more. Now, I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there that have been like trying to manipulate our collab managers and stuff like that, and do multiple wallets and stuff like that. I mean, we can't stop that, but there's a lot of churn, so we're not scared of it. You know what I mean? Like, bring it. But in terms of the mint is 1 hour, 12 p.m. Eastern. You can mint 1. Then once first come first serve hits, you can mint the other 2, or you're going to be fighting other people to just mint 3. That's the mint mechanics. It's 0.03, which I think is a really fair price for a premium brand like this. I know other prices of 10,000 collection, 0.5. We had, over $200 a while ago for an 888 collection. This is something that, we wanted to price fairly, and it's under promise, over deliver. I like to be careful about what I say because it's important. Like we just love this shit, ever since we found it, we love it.
So, Steve, I interpret that like tokens coming.
Sounds a little bit.
I'm just kidding. It's me. They may or may not have a token coming. I'm just making things up here.
We haven't talked about a token, honestly. I've seen very few teams pull that off successfully. I think Yuga when they first dropped ape, whatever, but it always goes down. Like, I think we want to have a lot of fun with this and do what we're doing before we even discuss that. We haven't discussed anything like that, but we did bring on someone on recently that's very successful with that, but not for that reason. But like, if we ever did, but like, my expertise is not in launching tokens. It's in NFTs. So like, we're focusing on releasing a brand that moves fast, keeps people engaged, and under promises and over delivers.
Can we, and I don't mean to derail us from the topic. I'm curious as well. And I saw your bio. I first thought it was a shit post. Now, based on the shirt and some of the comments, I'm thinking it's not an actual shit post. You are actually a NASA scientist. Is this accurate?
No, I went to sleep at like 3 because we worked so late. I woke up to my dogs jumping on me. I just grabbed this off the top of my hamper, but I'm glad you noticed. Honestly, I'm happy it's not on Inside Out because half the meetings I jump on, it's like inside out and backwards, my short. I had a meeting with one of the...
I dig the vintage, like the whatever that look is. I'm a big fan of those t-shirts.
I don't know what it's called either, but if it didn't have the NASA thing, you would be able to see my nipples. So I don't know, nipple shear, I think I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, we don't do anything.
Keep tuning in, waiting for me to do a nip slip here in the sleeveless shirts.
Yeah, we should do a nipple show. That would be hot.
We're gonna wait till we go on Pump.fun to do that. That's a Pump.fun type of concept there.
That's $1 billion. program in right there.
I'm not even joking. We're gonna drop a token, and the first day we drop a token, I'm gonna show up wearing nothing but a robe and my my Bape slippers, and we'll get spicy.
I woke up this morning and the dogs woke me up, and immediately, like, I had a horrible stomach ache, and my wife, I was like, get out of the bathroom, I have a stomach ache, and I was like, right to the bathroom. And then literally, like, I'm like doing this, I'm doing jumping jacks to wake myself up because, you know, if my brain's not working, I don't want to say anything, you know, stupid or that's like giving something away. But you know, my wife's watching the news and I hear an erectile dysfunction video or whatever. So then, like, I'm typing in the team thing and like, oh, I have an idea for something or whatever. Like, that's how we all are. Like, it's like, you know, we've been living for this, and it's just really funny working with the people. Like, we laugh really hard. I mean, my wife literally like yelled at me for like an hour because I had my headphones on when I was on a meeting with Sloppy, and he showed me that news video, and she's like, "Oh, you need to wake everybody up in the neighborhood." And whatever. I'm like, whatever. So I walked out of the room, but like, that's how it's been. So like, the team experience has been fun, but like super serious, super crazy. We don't outsource anything. We do everything ourselves. So it's not like anything's going to change after the mint. You know, this is, I really want to bring something back to Web3 that's been missing for a long time, and kind of inspire others to do the same. And I think, you know, Luca inspired me with Abstract. I see the long-term vision. You know, Diff left another company and literally is kicking such ass on his own. Scarly, who I'm super cool with now, like, I've been messaging him about collabs and stuff, and like, he's been so supportive. Like, you know, people sending me screenshots. It's like, if you don't buy this, I'm gonna fucking sweep them all. I'll be back in 2 hours, and like, I'm getting screenshots about people exciting. So just the fact that what we're doing right now has been exciting, and I get all these messages with like screenshots or something like that, like, it already feels like we're achieving what we set out to do. Like, and we haven't even minted yet. So it's cool.
And I'll say this, look, I mean, I'm in the Discord, and then we'll kind of, and by the way, I appreciate all the time this morning and talking about it. Like I said, the chat's excited. We're going to pick some wallets we'll send your way for mints, for drops. I will say this, I am looking at the, I mean, like, you look at the Discord, and I'll tell people, there's airdrop section, there's SocialFi section, there's pre-sale section, you can connect your wallets, you can get pinged on opportunities, there's farming sections. It's basically like, I mean, if you're talking about people who are deep in Web3, again, like when I think about Josh, I think about EJR, I think about the team. You can go to the website and just look at the team, Board Elon, some other people who are, you know, advisors or have roles on the team. It's people who are in the space day to day. And I think that's what I appreciate about it, is that we talked about needing tools that help you track these sort of things. Like, this Discord is a tool. It's like, oh, here's an example of a new farm that we see going on. Bridge your USDC here, put it on this protocol. Here's the yield you're earning. Here's the airdrop we see coming. So I think like stuff like that is super helpful for me as somebody who is busy working in the space and knowing that there's sort of this community collaborative effort going on there. So big fan of all that. But look, that said, like, you guys have been super generous with your time. I know we normally do this half hour. You've stayed way over with us. So any other things that maybe we didn't ask you, or any other information you want to get to people? I think it's a pretty excitable mint. People are getting ready to do it. You seem all pumped up. Anything we missed on this morning you want to make sure people know?
You know, I mean, this is going to be really good, regardless. I mean, you know, like I said, I'm not big on hyping stuff. I just want it to naturally do what it does. You know what I mean? Like, everything's been organic. Like, you know, the team's not changing. We have everything we need to do. We have 8 through 12 weeks of content and activations and collabs. And I would say just, you know, keep your eyes on this, because whether you flip or whether you hold, it's going to be a fun ride for everybody, because there's still going to be the social, which people seem to really resonate with. I mean, I could be like, oh, this is the fucking best thing in the world, you know, but I'm not going to do that. But just keep an eye on it, watch it, whatever. Let's do 5 to free people, you know, you pick, but I want them to, they don't have to write a fucking paragraph or whatever. It's just like, why do they want it? You know, it could be, if whatever you read, you pick, you know, I can't fucking afford it, but I really want it because it does this. Great. You know what I mean? Or I want a pastrami on rye with fucking cheese. No, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, we're not a sandwich company. Like, we're a Web3 company with OG degens that have superpowers, and like, we've earned our spot to be here. Like, you know, we've been through every part of the market, and like we've been through with these people. So the only thing I really want to say is that like we've been through it all with you. So like we're not looking to put people through more shit. We're looking to like, I don't know, elevate the space.
Love that. Josh, any other thoughts from you before we let you get out of here? Appreciate you jumping on this morning. Always good seeing you bright and early in the morning. Any other thing you want to hit on before we get out of here?
Yeah, thanks for the support, having us on, and looking forward to have some of your community members hop in the mint. Yeah, if you're really excited, check some of the abstract communities you might be part of. That I think there are a handful of pre-sale links that are still live. So that's before we're minting that today, or like people are putting in pre-sale before the mint tomorrow. So you can check the timeline and see what's out there. But we just added some last minute spots for some communities that will ask for more. But yeah, buckle up. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we've got 3 collab managers and then someone who is managing them. So, you know, we have an actual team just handling collabs and allocations. So first of all, be nice to them. Second of all, you know, they're doing the best they can. You know, if we knew it was going to be like this, we would have brought on more. Like,
love that. Well, look, appreciate both you. Exciting stuff. I'm excited for it. Like I said, the Discord is one of the more useful Discords you'll find as far as, you know, it's not even alpha, like it's like ahead of the game. It's just people staying on top of the market and in different areas coming together in one place. And that's what it's about. It's about building a great community. So excited for that. Excited for everything you're building. Thanks to both of you for coming on this morning. And yeah, we will be, I mean, we're planning to mint tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Right on. Have a good one.
Appreciate you.
Cap, good stuff there. Good stuff there. I mean, good crew. It's people who I know. Like I said, EJR has they've done a lot. He's done a lot. He's always kind of on the grind, helping us, you know, grabbing what allow lists and collaborating. He helps projects launch successfully by helping them. You know, I don't want to name names because I don't know how many he's public about, but he's definitely helped some good ones that have been successful with their launch. And I think it's kind of cool to see someone go from being sort of a success manager to doing his own thing. It's kind of a cool thing to say.
Yeah, I agree. Best of luck with everything. Appreciate both their time this morning. And yeah, we did secure a few spots for the community. We will, we need to get those addresses before this evening. Just posted about that in the war room. We would need to get you get any EVM, but preferably, I'm guessing your abstract global wallet. We did not ask about any XP or any bonus points. I try to do everything on abstract with my abstract global wallet. I think that's what they want you to do. And it's minting on OpenSea. You can mint it from, you know, any EVM wallet, but I would suggest if you've not yet created an abstract global wallet, probably worthwhile doing so. And just in case there's extra perks there.
Yeah, I'll be purchasing, and I didn't get any of the pre-sales because of abstract NFTs. I sold most of those because this is the one that I'll hold though. This is one that I'll probably hold. I'm excited for this one, and you know, obviously cookers are cookers, but feels like this one's got some motion.
And the @ of EJR is EJR_NFT. There's also a few posts pinned up top on the space. If you want to head over there, you can click through to make sure you get the correct accounts. But yeah, it's EJR_NFT is the X handle.
Yeah, check that out for sure. But yeah, Cap, I mean, that was I know we had kind of a crazy morning. Do we want to sneak in a quick daily market update and more? You know, we could also just double up tomorrow if we need to in some way, shape, or form. I mean, you tell me what you how you want to do before we rock out.
Yeah, I can just do a quick overview on market if you want, and then
I can fire a more, you know, and then we could close out. Because I mean, look, when you start a diet that's like all meat and veggies, you get hungry very quickly in the morning if you haven't eaten. But yeah, let's do a daily market update.
The daily market update straight to your brain. Powered by ApeCoin, no hype, just gains. Moving on 8chain, we bring in the heat. NFT trends alpha, never miss a beat. 8chain on top, now we bringing the flex. The home of NFTs, these now what's next? Come on, my head top, but you want the time to chop for one time.
It is time for the daily market update powered by ApeCoin, the home of NFTs. ApeChain has it all, bringing fun, culture, and community to the blockchain. Dive in and see why ApeChain is on top. Cap.
Yes, sir. We've got, we're going to start with NFTs today. Beasts, koalas. Man, that's a throwback. Reminds me of another koala.
You loved Koala Intelligence Agency. Loved Koala Intelligence Agency. That was like your...
Did well on that one. I did really well. I did not sell them all at the top, but yeah, I did. It was a good mint for me. The one article I wrote for DGen, the DGen blog. Anyways, I'm guessing definitely wash trading going on here. Only 729 sales on 142 ETH, so don't be tricked by that. Autoglyphs looks like we had a sale at 93 ETH, bumped the floor up a couple ETH. Base paint, this is a legitimate farm. If you can see here, like this, something fishy is going on. It's a scam. Maybe it's someone attempting to pop on trending so that they actually can get other people buying their OpenSea farm, buying it as an OpenSea farm. But only 729 sales, 142 ETH doesn't add up. Math ain't mathin'. It's more like 58,000 sales for 76 ETH, and this is actually priced significantly higher, got one less zero. So base paint's your OpenSea farm of the day. Little Pudgy's down 3%, Apes down 2.83%, Pudgy's down 1%, both now Apes and Pudgy's down below 10 ETH. If Zane's prediction comes true and they both pull back to 5 and Moonbird's run up to 5, he'll be booted from the war room, but that's for a different day. DX Terminal, I think also OpenSea farm there. Fly the Kite, no idea what this one is. Looks like on mainnet, potentially real, looks like a new mint, maybe. No idea what it is, but it is 0.25 floor on 32 ETH of trading. And as always, our favorite NFT of all time, the Crypto Dick Butts, pulled back down 8.3% on the day, still 1.14 ETH floor price. Looking at our well, there is one big meme we didn't mention, Card. I need to do more research, but I saw it is just melted faces up to like 400 million already. It's I believe it is tied to a Charizard or Pokemon type treasury. Again, I'm not.
Oh, you're talking about Zard? Yeah, Zard. It's on, I believe, Flow, and I think it's related to BZ, where they have some. They're tracking. We'll have to double check on that. If
so
it's
different one. This one is the one is Collector Crypt. Cards is the ticker.
Oh, Cards. Okay, yeah, I was thinking.
And it's up to $401 million market cap. It was created 4 days ago. It's been on a face mount. King Swallow called it. I guess a little earlier. Anyways, I move on. Doge up 4%. Memes back up today. Doge up 4%. Sheeb up 2%. Pepe up 3%. Pingu up 7% on the day. Meme Core, not familiar with that one, but up 16%. Trump up 1%. Runes are there. And then looking at majors, the one thing I was going to ask EGR about was Bitcoin. I don't know if that's just when he's helping or somewhere involved. I saw several posts on Big. They just had a halving there, the abstract meme slash coin that you can mine over there. Bitcoin up 2% though, leading the way today. 111,259. ETH up 2% to 4,363. XRP 285, that's up 2% on the day, 3% on the day. Solana back up well over 200 at 5% up to 209. That's our real leader in the majors. Doge up 4%, and Cardano, again, the stable coin that is just ranges between 80 and 85 cents, it appears. That's our daily market update brought to you by ApeChain. ApeChain on top, home of NFTs, other sides, Ape Games, and most importantly, the collector badge for Coffee with Captain. If you've not yet minted that, head to other.page/claim. CWC93 is your claim code for the day. Back to you, Steve.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna save more, for tomorrow. We'll do a bonus Thursday one instead of the Wednesday one, because the one today we didn't get to the topic anyway, and I don't want to kind of force fit it. It was related to online casinos, which we can always talk about as well. I think I'm finally going to capitulate and maybe try some Hyperliquid perps. Noteworthy, but
that's news. You don't even have to do that on Hyperliquid now. You can do it right from Rabby. Pretty incredible. Pretty incredible stuff, man. I'm glad I made the switch to Rabby recently. I don't even think it's close. They have absolutely leaped MetaMask. If you're still using MetaMask, don't be a boomer like myself and take another year to switch over. You'll be happy you did. I know it might be a little anxiety inducing exporting your private keys, importing them to another wallet. Especially if you're using a hard wallet, make sure you're doing that properly. But just even if you, or just create a new fresh wallet if you want and start using Rabby there, and it is just so much better. It's not even close. And the fact that you can now trade perps there, you don't need to use a VPN, you don't need to go to Hyperliquid, you just do it all from the wallet, paying a little bit of a builder fee or creator fee, but yeah, pretty big move.
Yeah, pretty big move for sure. It's I heard Bread talking about it this morning on Modern Market, where he's like, no VPN, no, no major, like nothing to do except for just like go in your wallet, take a long, take a short. So I think it's a huge opportunity. I need to just make the switch at some point here. I've just been sitting this last stand, but that was the other piece of news I had this morning that was big, is being able to do Hyperliquid perps in right in a Rabby wallet is big without having to send to Hyperliquid and do that whole song and dance. So but I may need instructions on that as well, as far as hit the send to your Hyperliquid address, take your long and shorts in there. Don't need to if I'm doing it in Rabby, but also want to
from
there.
If you mess around with perps, my PSA advice of the day is don't leave trades open unless it's really long with zero the risk of liquidation. Don't leave them open if you're going to be moving and head down and not on the computer for 24 hours. It's not recommended.
Highly frowned upon. By the way, up to 507 members in the Coffee with Captain community. Number three on other page now.
We're coming for number one spot. Sorry, not sorry. We need, before the end of this campaign, we need to secure that number one spot. If we secure number one, we'll do it again.
Yeah. No, it's funny. A lot of things to talk about. I think in the next couple of days. I know Cap is getting situated, but as he mentioned, I think look, we have some shows where we bump around with tech and things and whatever. But Monday I was in the woods. I was live from the woods doing a thing. Cap today was literally moving, like major life change. Got into his Airbnb just in time to set up and get us going. Like, could take the day off, but we're here. Last call out to those trying to claim this badge this morning while we're on the show. Other page, other.page/claim, CLAIM, code CWC93. CWC93, the letter CWC and then the numbers 93 are going to get you entered into winning thousands of dollars worth of ape. You're going to want to go on there and claim that. We're closing on 100 claims again. As well. So you want to be in there with that opportunity, and we will draw winners when that time comes. But I mean, Cap, yeah, a lot of things to talk about. I think definitely both on and offline, Pump.fun coins, whether it's time to just go ahead and capitulate and do that. I think, like I said, I think it's different when I think about it as a Coffee with Captain coin with the entity versus a individual coin that's like, oh man, I have to manage this and follows you around and does this. It's a little bit different of a situation. Like you said, almost a brand coin for the show is a little bit different. And, we're not going to pump it. We're not going to do buybacks, any crazy stuff like that. It's just a matter of figuring out the right way to deploy, how much money we have to put in. And, we talked about how, good use of the Coffee with Captain Treasury. Maybe that's one to launch that. So we shall see. But, any other things on your plate that you want to jump on? I know you are in transit and scrambling, so I think we can kick a lot of stuff through to tomorrow and get through.
Good show.
Thursday. Yeah,
good show. Appreciate everyone who powered through. I mean, the support, it blows my mind every day. Like I wasn't hyperbole earlier when we get on, and I'm thinking there's going to be like 12 reposts because we didn't do a proper opening there, didn't even ask for it, and yeah, you all are awesome. I can't, words won't describe how much we appreciate all of you and all the love and support. And just that, hundreds of, well over 100 comments, nearly 100 reposts, not counting the other video feeds or anything. And well over 100 likes on the Spaces link. That goes a long way and helps us do our job properly when we don't. And I do think that queuing up a conversation for another day. I'll share a post from Andrea right now. Bullish collector, bullish BZ. She quote tweeted, the hype around Pokemon cards and collectibles right now is the first sign of a risk-on environment that we're slowly but surely moving into. I feel like I need to do a little more dive into the world that is Pokemon cards. I have none. Actually, I probably might hold one on BZ. but I don't know. Maybe that's a sign that we're late to it and top's in. Too much activity and motion there for me to ignore. So another conversation for another day.
Yeah, I totally agree. I am very much want to dig more into that. I have some exposure. I've done some OTC deals before with my I've done some OTC deals before for sure. But yeah, I will definitely be doing a little more digging in there. But look, Cap, that said, let's send everyone off on our day. We got some work to do today. I know you have a busy day. You're moving. You got meetings. You got probably lady friend things. You probably need to, you moved and you did some lifting, but I'm sure you got to keep those boulders for shoulders going, which means constantly doing the arms and probably some protein shakes to crush. So let's send everybody off in their day. Appreciate everyone coming out this morning and supporting us, like Cap said, on a crazy day. We will be back this weekend. I think I'm going to try to figure out this Sunday. I have something Friday and Saturday. This Sunday, I think I'm going to try to figure out my soundboard so that we have a backup soundboard scenario. Thanks everyone who came through today. We will talk to everybody bright and early tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, everybody.
Thanks for tuning into Coffee with Captain, powered by ApeCoin. We hope you enjoyed the show, and remember, nothing we discussed today is financial advice. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.
Welcome to the future.